Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new HarstemCasts video. Today we're going to be having a look at a game played between two legendary players. In the top left spawning as the red Zerg player. Playing for Team Clash, it's going to be Reynor. Woohoo! And in the bottom right spawning as the blue Terran player playing for... I can't quite remember what team, but it's going to be Dream. He's sending an SCV across the map. What do I see here? That's a second SCV. We're going to be seeing a cheeky... Well, it's going to be at least 2 racks. If this bad boy, no, goes back to the mineral line, otherwise could have potentially been a 3 racks. Technically still could be a 3 racks if you wait for the first barracks to finish. Would be a very slow 3 racks. But you could even go 4 racks or 5 racks, you know, just use 2 SCVs. It's not quite as efficient at the building times, but you will get a lot of mining with it. But no, this definitely is going to be a 2 racks. And Reynor's, oh my god, he's opening up with a pool first. This is such a good start here for Reynor, as I... a little bit of music as well, would be nice, He's even saving up a lot of larvae. Okay, uses one of them. I think this is gonna be a 4-ling opener, right? What is this? No, 2, 6? 6! It's gonna be 6 lings. 6-ling opener against the 2 racks. I pretty much feel like that is a free win here for Reynor. Now, Dream most likely is going to, yep, there we go. It's gonna take out some of these minerals. These are 10 minerals, which means that 2 trips will be able to take out these minerals. And that's exactly what he's going to do, so... the second bad boy is also going to show up, second SCV, and is going to take care of that immediately. Queen's about to pop out in the main base, and the links are popping out as well. I think this is going to be one of those moments, a little bit like the Spider-Man, you know? It's like, who's the cheeser here? One guy's building 6 links, and the other is proxying 2 rexes. SCV is going to go down immediately, which is kind of a big deal. You don't really want to be losing SCVs because you need to get the bunkers up. Or you don't even need to get a bunker up, but you need to be able to pretend like you want to get a bunker up. This is kind of like a baiting bunker. It's like, hey, I know this bunker isn't going to be super useful, but at least there's going to be, you know, something here, and you want to attack it. So we see a drone pool. I'm not sure if I like the drone pool. What is the point for Reynor to actually go here? I mean, this bunker is not in range of the hatchery. I think he's going too far. I don't think this is quite necessary. He's going to lose a bunch of the marines. He's going to take out the SCV though, which means that no more bunkers will be able to get up. Overlord is getting taken out as well. Not the greatest start here for Reynor, I have to admit. Lost a bunch of links, lost a lot of mining time, and don't forget that even though he hasn't really lost any workers yet, he has been building a lot of links and just build... Oh my god, wait, this is going to be pretty close fight. Here we go. Links moving in. I think he lost 2 marines here against 11 links. So pretty equal trade, I would say. Well, not quite, but almost an equal trade. It's an okay start for Dream, especially given how bad it's supposed to be when you play 2 racks against 6-ling opener. So I kind of like this. I kind of do like this for Dream. He's a good start. It's going to be going into a reactor factory starport. So looking a lot like the most standard follow-up. But of course it's going to be a 4 to 6 Hellion drop. Still has a bunch of marines alive. Maybe you could use those in some type of push as well. But it is completely possible that he just leaves those at home. Try to deny some scouting. Reynor is trying to push this Overlord in, see, hey, what's going on here. Speed is actually starting pretty late. You'll have to admit that. 60 more seconds. I actually think that this medevac will hit maybe 5 to 10 seconds before speed finishes up, which could be a big deal. Could also be a small deal, but I think it might just be a big deal, because if there's no speed ready and these Hellions drop, let's say here in the main base, without speed, your queens need to be in perfect position. If they're not in perfect position, you could potentially be in trouble, and I think Reynor might be in trouble. His Overlord spread is pretty garbage, honestly. Very uncharacteristic out of Reynor here. I'm not the biggest fan of this. Look at this. 3 Overlords at the same spot. He does no vision here whatsoever. There's a Ling standing here at the top part, but even that isn't quite it, you know? Huh. He's getting an Overlord on this far left side, and I have a feeling that our good friend Dream is just trying... Ooh, that's good armory. Does he have an armory maybe with this? This feels a lot like a Hellbat push, but it's not. So what are we actually looking at? Is the Hellion drop gonna be going into the natural? Queen already was in position. I'm gonna use that Queen right now. Here we go. Gotta pick up these 4 Hellions and we'll be able to get out of there. Definitely will be able to get out of there. 5 Marines going back home as well, going to this high ground. I have no clue what he's doing. This is a very tricky high ground, by the way. I've seen a lot of players recently put like a tank here, and then kind of move down here with Marines and deny the creep from ever spreading truly to the middle of the map, which means it becomes kind of tricky for Zerg to take this as a 5th base. Now this is something we want to be paying attention to. Usually this is going to be your 4th, and then this ideally is your 5th. Now it's also possible that this will become your 5th, but it's not. Oh my god, this was really close. Oh, what, 6 HP? The single hit out of a queen. Glad to see he didn't lose it, but that was pretty dang close. Cars are gonna return back home right now. So we have the Marines being boosted. This is the weirdest position. He has stim, I guess. Second medevac also here. Their CC is on the way, okay. A little repair on this medevac. Is this a full wall? There's no way, right? No, it's a full wall. This doesn't look like a full wall at all. Does not look like a full wall. Good first scan coming out here. Okay. Tank effect is gonna drop on the low ground. I don't think it can go to the low ground. Yeah, it's gonna go to the high ground instead. Much better position. Oh, sorry for that, guy. Did he see that there was a tank there, or how does he know that he needs to flank this? Okay, this flank is not quite going to work out. There is stim, he's not using it. No, these Hellions will be able to defend this high ground, so this tank stays alive. It's going to do a lot of damage. We should probably pick up these units. Hello, what are we doing? This is a medevac for free. Pretty sloppy micro out of Dream here. I'm not quite sure what he was doing or what he was thinking, but could have picked up those units. I don't think you can't attack this, right? You don't get the high ground vision, so you can't just shoot it with queens from the low ground. I think this position is so freaking powerful. 52 workers against 53, and it looks like that early game actually wasn't that great for Reynor, or at least it allowed for some leverage into aggression here out of Dream. Dream still standing here. Better than he ever did. Looking like a great survivor. Feeling like a little kid. Tank on the high ground. Huh. Armory being built next to this depot. Probably these tanks moving forward as well, or well, not quite moving forward. I'm not sure what these guys are doing here. Just chilling. Being sent back home one by one. Okay, depot, back home. Armory on the way. Liberator gonna go in for some harassment. We have a bunch of links. Will not be able to do any damage to this. We'll end up losing a couple of links at least. We still have this up. Dream just has these weird positions. I also feel like he has very little Marines for no reason. It felt like he should have It feels like he should have had way more Marines already. Instead we're just seeing 3 tanks and he has like freaking 12 Marines over here. 1-1 isn't done yet. I don't actually like this push out. There's a lot of value here in this army, which I don't think is very well protected by the Marines. Like, these tanks are very expensive. Do you really want to go move this far forward? I'm not sure if that's ideal, actually. It just doesn't feel great. Not seeing a 4cc yet either. Okay, here comes the 4cc. He's gonna be going down to the low ground. I was thinking if you want to keep this position, maybe taking this as a forward fort wouldn't be bad, or even taking this as a left side fort. But not going to be the case. Liberator, I guess, tried to harass earlier. I might have missed that. A little bit of a run, well, a little bit. It's a pretty large run by. Single link pokes up, sees that the wall is closed. He's like, okay, that's cool. No, you gotta be joking. Dream just opens the door for him. All of these links and banelings are just streaming in right now. Tank is going to get surrounded immediately. Dream is like, oh, why did he leave the door open there? As these banelings are making an explosive entrance. Gonna be able to detonate on a couple of these SCVs. 7 SCVs will end up going down. But does this end up being a good trade? Or was this an invitation from which Dream did not get any regret? Because he did trade out a lot of links. The worker count of Reynor isn't that high. A couple of Banes are being morphed here. Not on the path of these Marines. Not going to get... Ooh, no, it does get spotted. There we go. Good eyes there on the mini-map coming out of Dream. Takes out those 4 Banelings. Could have potentially done some damage into this mineral line, but now will not be the case. Not a single sensor tower on the map, by the way, yet. is slightly surprising. 2-2 is halfway done. +2 carapace starts on the side of Reynor. Reynor, crappy creep spread. Crappy creep. Good baneling count right now, and it's getting into an infestation pit. Very high queen count as well. I think we're on 10, 15, 16 queens. Holy crap. That's a lot of transfuses in here as well. And once again, I feel like the marine count is just so low, and I don't understand why. I just can't... I don't know. Double tank? Really? I think this is a massive misread out of Dream. So Reynor right now is aware that part of the army is over here, and probably is just going to be going for a massive flank, because he realizes, hey, wait a second, half of his army is at home, I have more supply already. He's just going to absolutely destroy this push. There's still the possibility for picking up, which is exactly what Dream should be doing. Starts flying towards the left side of the map, moves out with the second part of his army, trying to get some damage done over here. The thing though is, why is there no mines? He's getting a third factory. I think he's expecting lurkers. I don't think this is lurker. We're not seeing a Hydra then. We're still on what, 3 gas? This is 3 gas out of Reynor. This is going to be Ultralisk, isn't it? Crap ton of money, look at that, huh? There's no larva available. 2k in the bank. Very sloppy macro out of our Italian Zerg player here. 171 supply against 151. I think there is a timing here for Dream once he hits max and hits 3-3. He's gonna hit max before though, isn't he? That's the problem for him. And Terran always wants to be fighting once they hit max, because otherwise the baneling count is just gonna keep growing. Don't forget, banelings don't cost any supply. Which makes a powerful unit. Okay, another tech lab? He's just misreading this situation completely here. Like, not a doubt in my mind. This is a mistake. He should be getting mines right now. Mines are so useful to have in a Terran army, especially against pureling Bane. And tanks are good, don't get me wrong, and they have some uses, especially defensively and for holding positions, but mines, oh lord, they're so good. When we're pushing into this base, we'll be able to take it out, most likely. We have a massive run by here as well. Single tank, second and a third tank showing up. There's no marines though, these tanks are just going to get absolutely blasted. Adrenal Glands is on the way, but not yet done. The banelings are running in, moving forward. Part of the army out of Dream is coming back home to try and deal with that run by. We're right now on 4 base versus 4 base once again, if you could consider this base mining. I think we can. Actually, Dream needs to be a little bit careful of these Banes hitting the Marauders, not going to be able to do the job that Reynor probably intended for them to do. Another massive run by though. Look how many links this is. That's so crazy. How many links do you have? 97. He's gonna try to run in, but once again a wall has been re-established. Now we have a sensor tower on the way as well, and that's going to ruin the evil plans here of Reynor, because once you get spotted, it's just a lot easier for Terran to respond to these things, having their little map hack. Their little map hack towers. Adrenal Clans finishes up, but so does infantry weapons level 3. And right now, this is what I was talking about, the 3-3 timing. Now, I'm afraid of the Reynor. Reynor's gonna try to engage into this. Does not work, loses 6 supply immediately. That's a lot of links that go down. What's the baneling count right now? We're at 37. It's a very healthy baneling count. Tanks are being positioned here out on the high ground. We have a 5th base on the way for Dream. But his army just feels crap the entire time, and I don't understand why. Is it because he has so many tanks? 9 tanks. Look how small the marine force is. 29 marines, 11 marauders, 7 tanks. I much would prefer some mines. Just would much prefer it. We're not seeing them. We don't even have drilling claws yet. Yeah, this is not looking too great, honestly. Marine Marauder is being pulled back. Tank is not siege yet. Oh, this is a little bit of a flank here. These boys are caught on the wrong side of town as the gangsters are moving in, stealing their girls. Marauders stay alive. Tanks in the back, dealing a lot of damage. I don't think Reynor can quite continue engaging here off of creep. A couple of Marauders come in to help. And yes, this Ultralisk gets pushed back. Then you have these two bad boys, which are fighting a bunch of queens. He's like, well, I don't think that's quite a play. Gets picked up. We'll be able to take out this Ultra. Transfuses not in time. The queens with their healing band are just not going to be quite quick enough. This queen is never going to fall. Look at that. Oh my god. That is so much DPS just being wasted. Well, not being wasted, but being used there on a queen that's never going to die. This is a full HP queen. You want to... Oh my god. I wonder if he's transfused on rapid fire. It goes so fast. There's a bunch of mud flying around him as Dream now is the one that's pushing a little bit too far. Reynor does need to be careful though. Mines are finally showing up. Big hit on that Ultra. Oh yeah, that's a nice mine. Shows up, kills an Ultra immediately. It's not a bad first day on the job. All the units are running very low. This has been an insanely long fight, by the way. I feel like it's been lasting for 2 minutes already and continues on for now. Queen's obviously contributing to that with their transfuses. The single Ultra is now kind of running out of energy and kind of running out of power. More links are being sent in. Big mine hits, not the greatest. 4 or 5 links going down there. Queens are trying to fight these Marauders. Medevacs are pretty much gone. 144 supply against 129. The 5th base still not set up here for Dream. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Just fly it over, buddy. You have so much time right now. You're putting on so much pressure. Mines are moving forward. Scans are being used, and a lot of the creep is finally disappearing. Ling run by is being set up here as well. A couple of queens are moving forward. Now these are the queens with the high energy. They probably came from hatcheries where they hadn't been injecting. This is the great thing about queens. You can see when they were slacking on the job, and these guys definitely were. Look at that energy there. It's going to be a bunch of transfuses. 4 transfuses on this bad boy alone. Mine's going to be doing some work taking out links here, and the mines have multiple uses, of course. They're also forcing Reynor to kind of split his links away, which loses him DPS. It's not just that they do a lot of damage, it's also that they force micro out of the Zerg, and they force the opponents to pull back units that want to be DPSing the entire way through. And this fight's been lasting for so freaking long. I feel like we've been constantly fighting. Larva are running a little bit low here for Reynor, but so is his money, so the Larva isn't going to be the biggest issue. These mines, however, are a big issue. We don't see an Overseer. Finally, we see an Overseer. These mines, 6, 8, 2 kills. Probably one of those was an Ultra, though. And overall units lost, we see a 7k difference here in favor of Dream. Medevacs are running low on energy as well. This is looking very, very dicey. What a fight, though. It feels like we haven't had a moment of rest. We haven't seen a lot of multitasking, even though Reynor is expecting it. He's getting this. How does he do that? He has so little defense here at the front, but managed to find a way to weasel himself out of here. Does get spotted by the sensor tower, and Dream starts moving back. This is going to alleviate the pressure from Reynor, who has been trying to just stabilize on these bases. It's so important he doesn't lose this area of creep, because then these two bases, which are the main bases that are currently mining, are going to go down. Meanwhile, we have SCVs going down. 12 SCVs just went down on this side. Oh boy, I'm running out of breath here. Constant action for the past 3 minutes. I mean, I already said they were fighting for a minute at the 15-minute mark. Now we're 18 minutes and 30 seconds in, and it's just been non-stop going back and forth. Banelings running in to this army, and I feel like Dream is actually getting pushed back here. The micro is clean though, and these Banelings will need to make a retreat. Will maybe be able to take out this base if not. Oh, low supply is dying all of a sudden. 141 against 160. This tank is gonna fall as well, without being able to take anything out. 122 supply against 160. All of a sudden, Reynor's in a pretty decent spot here. 5 bases, but this base isn't really mining. Reynor's almost doubling income right now. Wouldn't even mind if he flies this CC, or maybe even the 3rd CC over towards his, maybe this forward base. We have a off-creep engagement. I don't know about that one, Reynor. Yep, gonna have to go return back home. I don't think this is the way you want to use your lead. You are in a good lead. If you want to use it on anything, you want to use it on killing this planetary, because that's the new base. I think Ultra ended up dying here, but I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe it was an Overseer as well. There's no way, right? 3 Marauders, 5 Marines. Yes, we'll be able to take out this hatchery, and that's going to deny a lot of mining. 3,500 minerals it was a minute. For Reynor, it's going to go down to 2,500 most likely. 2 bases on the left side, still pretty vital, but there's another. Oh, this is a task force that's going to be taking out these links, but can also potentially attack this base and maybe even this base. There is 2 medevacs joining in as well. Is Reynor going to be in time? He's desperately trying to send units back, but he also needs to take care of this right side base. His attention is split, but his creep isn't. He has no creep on this bottom side. And here comes Dream stimming in, right now realizing, hey, wait a second, there's absolutely nothing here. Reynor was a little bit too slow. This base is gonna fall so freaking quick. Marauder do so much damage. Gonna end up losing a Marauder, I think I see. Second Marauder goes down as well. 2 Marauders. Marine. Well, maybe these medevacs weren't completely full and there was some units on the floor. Ends up losing a little bit. Mine remains here as well. Planetary on the 5th base, and now we have this base. Oh my god, the guys from the balcony shooting down. Gonna be taking out these ultras that are on the low ground. Now the boys on the balcony have to run back. It's like, back to the house, boys. Minerals will give a little bit of defense, while the guys on the low ground, the plebs that can't afford a balcony, are gonna stay on the low ground. There's no fungal in this army. Fungal would have been so useful, but no energy there quite yet. No banelings in this army either, so the splash is lacking. 2 ultras managed to take out this base. And I think we finally have a moment of rest, a moment of peace, a moment of inner silence. So we breathe in and we breathe out. Infestor's gonna die before the fungal gets cast. This is such a fantastic game. Mine burrows slowly. Still no drilling claws upgraded then. Yeah, no drilling claws here. +2 vehicle weapons. Liberators are doing their best, pushing this back. 93 army supply against 86. 33 worker supply against 72. If Reynor stabilizes on all of these bases that he currently has set up, he's going to be absolutely fine. But if Dream has something to say about it, that's not going to be the case. As Dream is pushing forward with more mines, he has more marauders, he has marines. We see 6 medevacs with this army as well. Mines. Once again, no overshare with this army. This is the second time that happens where I'm like, hey, if you had an overshare, all of these mines would have gone down, but now these mines just keep shooting again and again. I think that mine just killed 3 queens. Was it 2 or 3 queens? I think that was 3 queens right there. Oh boy, 2 more infestors on the way. Is there pathogen glands? There's no pathogen glands. There's no drilling claws. There's no range on these liberators either, so we're seeing very caveman-like units, very primal units with their primal abilities, just dealing a crap ton of damage. This mine has been doing a lot, and it's been zoning out things for a long time. That's a pickup, and here we go. We're moving back once again off creep. Reynor goes chasing this army. These 2 mines have been here for such a long time. 3 kills on that one, 10 on the one in the back. This is an orbital command, which can be kind of risky. We have more reinforcements streaming in, though. The boys on the balcony are back. The boys are back in town. So both of these ultras are going to end up falling, try to get back to their friends, but the space cows do disappear off of this earth. Did not get eaten, as the majority of the Terran army is vegetarian, but they do enjoy a good slaughter every now and then. Vegetarian because they don't like meat, because of any moral issues. What are these guys doing? Moving back, and even though the supply looks equal right now, in reality it's 102 army supply against 66, which means that Dream is actually in a pretty large lead at this point. There is a couple of fungals finally in this army. Man, this has been such an action-packed game since minute 15. I feel like we've been in constant fights, constant trades, and I feel like Dream is just going to be able to do it. He's taking out this base, which has been a key base this game, and finally is getting completely mined out. This base is pretty much close to being mined out, and once these 2 bases fall, I mean, what will there be left here? Reynor is still trying to hold on, sending in a run-by towards this base, but I mean, what's the point here on doing a run-by here? There's no base there. He needs to try to get something done on this one. There's a couple of links running in. That's what, 5 links, 4 links. Gonna be attacking these SCVs. And it's kind of a big deal because there's not that much income actually for Dream. You can take that out, that might be a big deal. Right now we have a push. There's not a lot here for Reynor. Where are your units? Units on the left side of the map. Space cows, no, these are queens. We have 2 space cows getting caught off guard. 1 goes down, 2 goes down. This isn't looking good for Reynor. He's gonna lose some of these queens as well. Fungal gets cast, but doesn't really quite hit everything. Reynor just taps out, and I kinda do understand that supply looked equal, but he only had links remaining. There were 2 ultras on the way, but they wouldn't be there in time. He was gonna lose at least 1 of these bases before that would have happened. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today's episode of this HarstemCast. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well. It helps me out a lot. And I hope to see you all next time for a new video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.